So when I started this many years ago, I remembered what it was like in the 90s. And, well, like say 94, 2004, 2014, 2024, 30 years ago, right? So in my mind, this is all a jigsaw puzzle and it had to go back together perfect. And so I numbered everything and, I knew exactly where it went back. And as I went, I realized that, well, the siding was put up before the piping. And so they drilled through it. And if you've been following along, you'll know that it turns into this horrifically unserviceable nightmare because you can't take the siding off because all the pipes go through it. So you never ever do that. You terminate siding and you transition. Your siding pieces need to be able to come off. So that's just a quick lecture. Don't tell me. I'm telling you, if you fucking jigsaw it, then everyone's scared of it and they don't want to mess it up. They don't want to take it apart. And then decades stack up, sometimes 5 decades. So instead of doing measurements, what you need to do is just sort through your lumber, create new lumber. Okay. So how do you determine if this is any good? Normally what I do is I just run fasteners through it. Where is it? And listen. But on this one, you can see it's particularly beat up. So what we're going to do is make some passes with the saw and look and see if there's anything in here we want to keep. So you don't need perfection, but it does need to be pretty good. And you have to set your standard of how long you want it to last. So some guys will cut, what can you see? Like right here, dude. And then they'll sit here for like 5 hours with some glue. And you can do that if it's like, an 1850 Victorian. This is not an 1850 Victorian. So what we want is good wood that's better than Home Depot 2x4s that matches the old appeal of the house, that provides us some shear strength, that keeps the water out, that does what it's supposed to do. All right. So I've already banged all the nails out. Back then they were using a similar hammer, wood, like really like cool hammers that were light with a head. You get them going fast. This one's a little heavy, but when you're banging the old fasteners out, you'll know what shape your wood's in, and you will be amazed at how well the old nails stuck into the wood. So let's buzz into this really quick and see what's inside of it. I bet it's still good. Let's take as much saw blade as we can, and if you want, you can draw a straight line someplace. You don't have to. That's strictly optional. Oh, look at that. Now, you call that acceptable loss, and you fill it with a little construction adhesive, and you just bask in that fucking glory right there. The same thing over here. Far less on this one. So the reason why I'm going to cut this side is because I see things like that. This is burrowing animals and maybe a termite, maybe a carpenter beetle or carpenter bee. I mean, all kinds of critters come along. Take an inch off of this. Oh. Hear the sound of the saw going through it. Oh yeah. There's a few, you take that back another half an inch, but for what we're doing here, it's absolutely perfect. So you want to scrape out the grooves, make sure they're in good shape. A little bit of concrete in there. Oh. And then you'll see like, oh, what's that? All right. That's little spots like that. Very, like maybe 20 years ago, something was burrowing around in there. But, you can't be scared to mess it up. someone tells you, oh my God, you messed it up, they're fucking idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. They've never done anything like this. You have to make sure it has integrity, and sometimes it looks like it does when it doesn't. Beautiful. So, if you think you have, 7 years, you can sit here now and take this old paint off with a globe sander. Okay, that's not the task. Look, there's old caulking. That's not the task. Okay, I'm gonna put things on with fasteners such that they can be removed, and then you can do that. But for now, what we need to do is salvage good wood.